Have you ever locked eyes with an animal and felt something strange pass between you? Not warmth, not recognition, something older than that. A question without words. Because in that moment, you were not looking at the animal. The animal was looking at you, and it was deciding something. Not whether you were kind, not whether you were smart, but whether you were safe, whether you were useful, whether you made sense. That is the question animals are always asking about us. And the answer they reach is nothing like what we expect. We think we know how animals see us. We believe dogs love us, cats tolerate us, and wild animals fear us. But that picture is incomplete. Because animals do not see humans the way humans see humans. They do not know your name, your job, your history, or your intentions. They know your smell, your posture, your rhythm, your energy. And based on those things alone, they build an entire theory of what you are. So what theory do they build? Let's start with the animal most people think understands us best. The dog. Dogs can read human faces with remarkable accuracy. They follow pointing gestures, recognize emotional tone, and respond to subtle shifts in mood. No other species does this as naturally as dogs do. But here is what is fascinating. A dog does not think you are a dog. It knows you are different. You smell different. You move differently. You look nothing like a dog. And yet, it still places you inside its social world. To a dog, you are a pack member. You are the one who brings food, creates safety, and provides structure. When you leave, the pack is incomplete. When you return, the pack is whole again. That is why a dog's excitement at your arrival is not just happiness. It is relief. You are a strange, upright creature with a terrible nose and magical access to food. But you are theirs. Cats tell a different story. Cats understand us, but they respond to us on their own terms. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. They use body language, scent, and silence. But cats meow at humans constantly. That means cats have developed an entirely separate communication system just for us. They adapted their behavior to reach us. So maybe cats do not see us as owners. Maybe they see us as large, trainable creatures who respond well to noise. They rub against us the way they mark territory. They bring us gifts the way they would feed a companion. They slow blink at us to signal trust. To a cat, you may be a clumsy, oversized housemate who needs a lot of guidance. Horses experience us differently again. Horses are prey animals. Their entire survival depends on reading the energy of everything around them. They feel tension before they see it. They sense hesitation before it becomes action. To a horse, your words mean almost nothing. Your body says everything. We have forward-facing eyes like predators. We approach directly like predators. We move with intention like predators. But we also bring food, grooming, and calm. That combination is deeply confusing to a horse. Over time, a horse learns that this strange predator-shaped creature is actually safe. More than safe. Trustworthy. And once a horse decides you are trustworthy, it will follow you almost anywhere. That is not obedience. That is a profound decision made by an animal whose life depends on reading the world correctly. Now consider birds. Crows can recognize individual human faces. They remember who threatened them. They pass that information to other crows. A single bad encounter with one person can create a reputation that spreads through an entire flock. That means to a crow, you are not just a human. You are a specific individual with a specific history. Parrots go even further. Some form bonds so deep they treat their human as a flock member. Others treat them as a rival, a parent, or a mate. To a parrot, you are a giant wingless creature with strange sounds and enormous power over doors, food, and light. That power makes you impossible to ignore. Now step outside the domestic world entirely. Think about wild animals. A deer does not wonder about your personality. It reads your silhouette, your smell, your speed, and your direction. In cities, animals like foxes, raccoons, and squirrels have built a different model of humans entirely. We are part of the landscape. We are large, mostly harmless objects that occasionally drop food. A raccoon does not see civilization. It sees a system that reliably produces leftovers. To a raccoon, your entire city may be nothing more than an elaborate machine for creating garbage. And they have learned to use it brilliantly. Dolphins approach us with curiosity. We are slow in the water, clumsy, dependent on equipment, and constantly making strange bubbles. To a dolphin, we are probably the most helpless swimmers they have ever encountered. And yet, dolphins seek us out. They play near boats. They approach divers. A fine ton Wayne by Kun Shishan Hidi with Sishan He, a Mawin Jisha Gresson. The Jade more now a Dueb Judvaven on the Bive Allsam Zuta V or starters Tub V Venus the Lang. Amanemaya Bull Souls Mibis and Ein Meal using your knife is more kawaii Ving be made of a Jew safe Jude the this a Lang. Amanemaya Bull so lose me this a life of Muina be find sing a by walls this is Buting do you to you do aside. Amenaya biju abdu suet stemid the gun alu do as do asue bu do view as do is the do. Something about us interests them. Maybe it is our strangeness. Maybe it is our unpredictability. Maybe they sense that we are trying to communicate even when we have no idea how. Octopuses may hold the strangest perspective of all. An octopus has a mind built so differently from ours that comparison almost fails. Its intelligence is distributed across its body. It experiences color through its skin despite being colorblind in its eyes. It solves problems in ways that seem almost alien. And yet, octopuses in captivity recognize individual keepers. They behave differently around different people. They form preferences. To an octopus, you may be a large, slow, predictable presence on the other side of the glass. It does not know what you are, but it knows what you do. And that brings us to the real revelation. Animals may not understand humans as a species, but they understand us as a pattern. Dogs learn that keys mean you are leaving. Cats learn that a specific sound means food is coming. Crows learn which faces belong to threats. Squirrels learn which humans are worth following. Animals are not asking the philosophical question of what we are. They are asking the practical question of what we do. And that is more honest than almost anything we ask about ourselves. Here is what that means. We are not the main characters of this planet. We are characters in every other animal's story. And in those stories, we are defined entirely by our behavior, not our intentions, not our beliefs, not our self-image, our behavior. Every sound we make, every pattern we repeat, every moment of calm or aggression teaches animals exactly what kind of creature we are. We are always communicating with the animal world. We just rarely realize it. And the most humbling thought of all is this. Animals are paying far more attention to us than we are paying to them. They are reading us constantly, accurately, and without illusion. Maybe the real question was never what animals think of us. Maybe the real question is whether we are worthy of the conclusions they reach.